Yasemin, can you hear me?
Are we on?
I can
Oh,
hear you. All
hey,
right. Hey, what's going on?
not much.
Okay, so yeah, Kevin just installed all the hardware and the couple of new computers today.
Very
Um,
nice.
I just wanted to make sure that it was working, so you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. And we're enjoying beautiful weather here in November. This is
Yeah,
fabulous.
I'm jealous.
And I think, we can test out the Zoom now. It's a perfectly, it's a great opportunity. Can police actually just enter your home randomly and arrest you?
No. So, if you think back to criminal law 101 in law school,
Right,
the Fourth Amendment, prevents the police from doing that, right? They have to have either a warrant, an arrest warrant, a search warrant, or some type of exigent circumstance to just enter your home. They can't.
Now,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You mentioned two different warrants, arrest and search. Aren't they the same thing?
No. So the arrest warrant, by definition, is to seize the body of the person, right? To take
Right,
a particular person into custody. A search warrant is, once again, by definition, you're asking the court to sign off on a search. It could be a search of a home. It could be a search of a vehicle. It could be the search of a cell phone for text messages. It
right,
could be to search somebody's Facebook account, right?
right.
So the police would need judicial authorization to do something like that. Otherwise, any evidence they seize would ultimately get suppressed
Right.
by the court and couldn't be used by the prosecutors.
So if let's say they're executing an arrest warrant,
Mm-hmm.
do they also have to have a search warrant in order to get
So
anything off of his person, let's
yeah.
say?
So do you remember the case from law school? Off the top of my head now, I can't remember the case. Peyton versus New York,
That
right?
was like 20 years ago almost,
Yeah.
buddy. We're dating ourselves.
Yeah. So, it was the
Peyton, yes, of course, Peyton.
Peyton versus New York, right? So that case, I think it was in 1980, early 80s. That was related to an arrest of an individual in his home. The
Right,
police actually entered his home and arrested him without a warrant.
right,
So the Supreme Court held that that is absolutely unacceptable. It's inconsistent with the Fourth Amendment, right? A person
right.
has an expectation that the police aren't going to be breaking their door down and
An
just
expectation of privacy, in other words.
absolutely,
Right,
absolutely. So the court did make the distinction in that case that an arrest warrant is actually sufficient basis to enter somebody's home and
right,
take them into custody. So, it gives a level of protection to citizens, so the police can't just randomly, on a whim, decide to take you into custody. They need judicial authorization to do that.
understood. And does it happen where these, let's say, impermissible search warrants are executed?
Well, sure. You do have the right to attack the validity of the warrant, once you get to court. And, we do that routinely in motion practice.
Right,
It's not necessarily an easy path for
right,
the defendant to do that. But, the court does have the discretion to go back and, review the validity of the warrant.
understood.
Yeah. But, is it an option that we always explore? Yes, we certainly look at everything and try to
Right,
find, any type of defect in the warrant, and particularly the warrant affidavit,
right.
that the detective or police officer signed off on as a part of the warrant application. But, it's certainly another tool that we have available to us, whether or not we can convince the court, that's kind of a separate question, and
Sure.
it's fact specific. Yeah.
Sure. Now, what if, hypothetically speaking, we have a client that calls us and says, well, the police are at my door and they don't have a search warrant. What are their rights and what should they do in that situation?
Don't open the door. Definitely don't do that. So, if the police don't have a search warrant, don't give them any reason to come in. When I say a reason,
or permission,
don't invite them into your home. Don't create some type of exigent circumstance. So, for example, if the police are at your door and they're asking to come in, you don't have to let them in. But if they hear somebody cry out for help,
right?
Somebody, it's clear that something is exigent going on in the home, then at that point, they have the right to enter because then it's a question of safety and potentially saving somebody from a situation. So, don't invite them in, don't give them permission to come in. And, if they have a warrant, they can execute the warrant. You can certainly ask to see a copy of the warrant.
Sure.
But the reality is that police officers aren't, they're not your friend, right? They're not there to play nice. The courts have held that police officers can lie. They can lie to you to try to garner certain information.
Right.
So, you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. We'll edit that out, don't worry. It's good. No,
it's okay. Let's continue. Yes, everybody. I have kids and they don't follow instructions all the time. So I'm sure everybody can relate to it. It's fine. We don't even need to edit it. So does that also apply to automobiles and vehicles? Because I think a lot of times people are stopped, right? And a police officer may say, "Oh, pop your trunk," or "What's in your glove compartment?" Do they have to?
No, you absolutely
let them search the car.
You absolutely don't have to cooperate with them. Not at all. If the police have a basis, so for example, if they pull you over as they're approaching the vehicle, they notice a weapon in the back seat.
Right.
At that point,
right.
At that point, they have the right to search the vehicle because now you've given them, a reason to do that.
Let's say you have 3 booster seats, 3 toddlers in the back, and you're driving along in your mommy minivan mobile, and they stop you and say, "Ma'am, can you please pop your trunk for us?"
Nope. The answer is no. Now, they're going to strong arm you. They're going to threaten you. They're going to say, "Well, we'll just arrest you. We'll impound the vehicle. We'll do an inventory, or we'll get a warrant," whatever it might be. But no, absolutely not. You can absolutely deny them access in that situation.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this. And I think it's going to be helpful for a lot of people because I didn't know some of this stuff because it's not my area. It's your area of expertise. Anyway, I will call you later and have a nice weekend.
You as well, my friend. Be safe.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.